It's been too long since the last Elder Scrolls. Let me tell you something, it's been almost 15 years since they released the last one, and that's Skyrim. Almost 3,000 days since they put out that landscape render that doesn't really tell us anything except, oh, it may be High Rock, it also may be Hammerfell. We don't know. For sure. It's been so long, people have been green screening themselves into Skyrim to analyze it. Too many questions have gone unanswered. What's the Thalmor's next move? How's the Empire doing? Did they finally fall like the ancient Romans did? If the Iliac Bay is in Elder Scrolls 6, will we see more of the Sea Elves? Is the game gonna live up to its expectations? You know, I've been looking at Bethesda's output the last 10 years or so. I'm just hoping it's good, man. I'm hoping it's really good. Morthal may have a 10% unemployment rate, but what do they actually think about circumcision? Come to think of it, that's probably the one question Bethesda will never ever answer, but yeah, let's get into it. In real life, circumcision has been around for over 4,000 years that we know of thanks to ancient Egyptian records. Due to its long history, there's been multiple reasons of why humans do circumcision, but the short of it is punishment, medical treatment, status symbol, and cultural unity. So that's gonna be the basis for my exploration into the main races of the Elder Scrolls, and to see if circumcision is something that they do. Do they use it as some form of castration, like do they punish criminals and go, haha, you're a freak? Or is there an argument to be made for any of these races to have made a cultural decision for it? Here's the tier list. Without further ado, let's wrap our heads around it. So I reinstalled Morrowind just for this part because I want to see something, man. I just want to be sure of it.
What's your name? Finally arrived, but our records don't show from where.
Yep, I thought so. I was kinda confused with them at first because the females have boobs, so who knows what the hist gave the males. They probably reproduce like lizards do, so it's biologically impossible for them to be circumcised. Here we have the Imperial. They're like ancient Romans but cooler. Imperials and ancient Romans are aesthetically similar. Now they like to go on conquests to conquer other provinces, and they both serve multiple gods or their god of choice. It also seems like the Imperials are following the ancient Romans' way, because they're always on the decline or in some sort of crisis. The similarities are stacking up, so the next question is, what did the ancient Romans think of circumcision?
It was very weird and barbaric.
Well, you heard him. It's not unlikely that the people of Cyrodiil would also think the same. Castration was a thing with the ancient Romans, but it mainly served as some sort of punishment or some weird slavery thing, and it wasn't just a tip. They follow the 8 divines, and none of them seem to be the god of circumcision. Well, unless the Bella is secretly into that sort of thing, but I highly doubt it. Moving forward, it's safe to say that any races who worship the divines would not be into circumcision as a religious belief. Imagine if you were in Cyrodiil, and it becomes public knowledge that you're circumcised. At best, you'd be treated as a pervert and a laughingstock. At worst, you'd be beaten up by the guards and shipped to Bravil. The Imperials are not for circumcision. Moving on, we have the Nords. Okay, there's Celtic, Scandinavian, and Scottish vibe going on with them. They also have ancient Egyptian influences, and we know how the ancient Egyptians were in it for social status. So what, is Jarl Balgruuf and Heimskr cut down there? Not necessarily. Despite the Egyptian stuff, the ancient Scandinavian influences are stronger with the Nords. Like, their gods' names are Ismir and Tun, and they have their own Valhalla as well, Sovngarde. Ancient Scandinavians did not practice the way of the cut. It is highly unlikely that the Nords do as well. Though I can see Heimskr being for circumcision as a rite of passage through priesthood. He'd be on about how circumcision is what Talos would have wanted for Skyrim! Historically speaking, people in colder climates would not practice circumcision as well, and Skyrim is pretty cold. If you were in Skyrim and it becomes public knowledge that you're cut, They'd call you a milk drinker and challenge you to a brawl, and everyone just gets drunk till they forget about why they were angry in the first place.
Thank you, good patrons of the bannered mare. Thank you.
So yeah, Nords are not for circumcision, while Heimskr is for circumcision. Now we have the Redguards. This is the easiest one by far. They live in a climate that's warmer than a flame Atronach, culturally similar to North Africans with some Japanese samurai influence as well. Though samurais did not practice it, the Redguards seem to be very ritualistic, and circumcision would exemplify their honorable clan and warrior shtick. With all this in mind, the Redguard probably practices it as a rite of passage to manhood. If you were in Hammerfell and it becomes public knowledge that you're circumcised, they'd say this.
I like it, Khajiit.
So Redguards, they are for it. Next up, the Bretons. They are the most magically inclined of the humans, and they got a little medieval Western Europe vibe going on, and we know that those people were not for it. Their society is pretty chaotic, with lots of infighting between kingdoms. If some Bretons were to be practicing, most others would not outside of their little kingdom that does. But would the Bretons have developed the need for circumcision anyways? If there's a serious medical issue down there, they could just go cure disease and all the smegma and infection would disappear. The climate in High Rock is temperate as well, so all signs are pointing to Bretons not being for circumcision. If you were in High Rock and it was publicly revealed that you're circumcised, they'd capture you and force you to become a court jester for one of the kingdoms. Okay, we finally reached the elves. Let's start with everyone's favorite, the Dunmer. House Dunmer's probably not. It would be socially humiliating if you were cut. Their transformation from Chimer to Dunmer was divine punishment. That already marked their entire race. They don't need extra DLC down there. They worship Azura, Boethiah, and Mephala, so maybe we could make an argument for the Dunmer that suffering builds character, and maybe circumcision is a hardship that the Dunmer completes for worship. I'd say that the Ashlanders probably do get circumcised as a sort of spiritual endurance thing, but again, probably not for House Dunmer. If it were to be revealed that you are cut in Morrowind, they'd tell you to fuck off and stay away from them. High Elves. This one's easy as well. They believe themselves to be genetically superior to everyone else. They seem to subscribe to the idea of selective breeding and eugenics to maintain purity of their lineage, so they can end up becoming inbred. Although this may be Imperial propaganda, but honestly they all look like Philip the Handsome, so it may be bullshit, but I believe it. They don't seem to be into body modification. They'd look down on you for trying to look better than what you're given, so yeah. Altmer are not for circumcision. I'm just gonna ask you this, if the Bosmers were to do circumcision, how would they do it? They follow the Green Pact, which stipulates that they don't hurt the veggies and to eat meat. If they kill someone, eat them as well. The Green Pact doesn't state anything about circumcision, so it's hard to tell for our vertically challenged friends. I'm just gonna go with, yeah, they probably do. If you were in Valenwood and they found out that you're circumcised, they would ask you, oh, where is it? Can I don't want to finish a joke. Orcs are all about being dirty and stinky. They let the smell build up so you can catch a whiff of the stench from a mile away, so you know that they don't do that. There's no argument to be made here. The god they worship is literally excrement. I'm not joking, that's actually in the lore. If they found out you were circumcised, they try to rip the rest of it off. The Khajiit are a drug-addicted cat race, and their biology depends on what phase the moons were at when they were born. This one ain't as hard as you think because, dude, they're cats, so like the Argonians, biologically impossible. But what about the Ohms or the Ohms Rat? They look humanoid and the latter resembles humans the most. I don't think they do that. They're more into cultural assimilation, so much so that they'd paint their faces to differentiate themselves from men and mer. But if you are a Khajiit and elsewhere and circumcised for some reason, and this happens to be public knowledge, they'd feel sorry for you and pity you because they think you were cursed and born on the wrong moon phase. And that's about it. This is the entire tier list. There you go. And that's my take on which Elder Scrolls races would be circumcised or not. What did you think of the video? Let me know about it down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notifications because I do have a lot of videos in store.